Does this sound familiar? Facebook CPMs are rising, iOS 14 completely messed up your ads, attribution is all over the place, and your results are pretty much non-existent. You probably heard of UGC, but you don't have the time to actually dive into it, and you're tired of dealing with 4 different agencies at once and seeing marginal overall growth. If any of those apply to you as an e-commerce business owner, you need to listen to this. In this quick video, I'm going to show you exactly how we fix every single one of these issues using our omni-channel marketing system and our UGC content. My name is Azar, and I'm the CEO of Simply Scaled, an e-commerce growth agency specializing in hyper-growing, thriving brands and accelerating e-commerce growth. So hopping into my computer here, I'm going to show you exactly how we've been able to generate $35 million last year using all these strategies that I've talked about before, but a little bit about myself first. So who am I and why you should even waste your time, or I guess invest your time in watching this video to the end. So my name is Nizar, as I said. I'm the founder here and owner of Simply Scaled, and we're the fastest growing e-com advertising agency on earth. And a little bit about myself, I'm an ex-multi 7-figure dropshipping entrepreneur. We sold millions of dollars worth of products and spent millions of dollars of our own capital on paid advertising, selling everything from fidget spinners to electric bikes. Anything you could think of. And I actually ended up selling 3 of those brands back in 2020 to focus mainly on growing this agency and helping other e-com founders achieve the same success we've been able to get to using paid advertising. And a little side note, a little fun tidbit there is that I'm also a major in electrical engineering and marketing. So I actually did go to school for both of those. But e-commerce is really where my passion is. So that's where we're focusing a lot more on growing this agency. I don't want to waste any of your time here, so let's hop straight into this case study. I'm going to pull the blinds and show you everything we did to generate over $35 million for our clients in 2021 using our paid ads and marketing strategies. These are tactics we've been using with million-dollar brands to hyperscale them to their first $1 million month. Just to list a few of our partners that we've had the pleasure of working with. If you're from Canada or from the United States, you've probably heard of Fairweather and Worth, both massive brands in the clothing and the home decor space with monthly revenues of over $200K per month. A few more to note here are Dermaclara, Wabi, AgriLabs, and tons more. As you can see, some big names here. So what have we learned? We learned that running ads on one platform doesn't cut it. We learned that 90% of e-commerce brands are not profitable on the front end when it comes to their advertising. And throwing money at Facebook and Google is not enough these days. You need a heavy hitter in your corner that can multiply that money for you consistently. To be fair, it's not entirely your fault. The number of advertisers in this space is rising exponentially, and the higher ad costs are pushing tons of brands out of the market. And things are always changing with the new iOS 14 headaches, pixel integration issues, attribution issues. TikTok making an entrance into the market is also a great asset and a very underappreciated platform at the moment. And it's very good in terms of CPMs, CPCs, all that kind of stuff as well. So I want to quickly break down why most e-com brands never truly scale. First of all, they're not utilizing effective forms of driving traffic. And I'm going to be breaking this down for you in the next section a lot more detail. The second one is that they have no idea of how to build proper marketing plan and strategy. Running ads is not as simple as just spending money. There has to be purpose and strategy behind how to approach the market. This requires proper planning and execution with brand, offer, angles, and creatives. Also, their ad strategies lack foundation needed to scale. They're focused too much on new customers, forgetting recurring customer effectiveness. New customers are always nice, but you can't discount the power of your recurring customers. You need to establish a strategy to nurture your audience and bring them back as recurring customers. They fail to resonate with their ideal customer, causing a disconnect. This is where really understanding your target audience is essential. You need to understand everything about your target audience and what they like, what they hate, what are they interested in, what they can't stand. And their landing pages are not converting at a healthy rate. Too much friction between traffic to customer. So having a proper conversion rate is key of having a growing brand. You have to make sure your conversion rate is at least between the 1.5% to 2%. So let's quickly break down how we approach advertising and how we build out our strategies. So this approach is regardless of any platform, and being able to visualize this is the only way you'll be able to truly leverage paid ads to its fullest. So the first thing you can look at is your top of funnel. These are your cold audiences. These are basically the strangers to your brand that we know have a genuine interest in the products that you're selling. These are people that we can target based on the criteria outlined in your ideal customer discovery. This can be done on Facebook, TikTok, and some other interest-based targeting platforms. The other one would be your middle of funnel. These are your warmer audiences. These are people that have engaged with your brand in some sort of way before and are aware of who you are. The expected ROI in these audiences is usually between 2 to 3x what you would see on your top of funnel. This is the pool of people that are within your total addressable market, but have already seen who you are and what your brand is all about. Their buying intent is usually higher, as on average, it takes a couple of touch points for you to get a conversion. Last but not least is your bottom of funnel, and this is your hottest audience. These are people that are more engaged in the rest of your addressable market. They're more likely to purchase because they've shown a higher level of intent for purchase, and you can expect anywhere between a 4 to 8x ROI than you would see on your top of funnel. And this is where we get into the nitty gritty and begin segmenting our audiences based on their intent level, building out massive retargeting campaigns to cater special offers to each level of the funnel. So now we're going to hop into a lot of client case studies. Here we have one of the first case studies, and this is a very recent case study. This is a current active client that we have right now. As you can see on the left here, before us in their first quarter of 2022, they were able to generate about $20,000, and they spent about $8,000 per month on ads, which made them extremely unprofitable because they spent roughly around like 21K on ads in those 3 months and only got about $20,000 in sales. However, we started working with them at the beginning of Q2, and in the first 90 days, we were able to increase their sales by 165%, putting them at a 53K revenue with the same $8,000 a month budget. Looking at Q3 here, we're 28 days into Q3 and we're already up 44% from the previous month, hitting more than their Q1 numbers in the first 28 days of this quarter, and looking forward to close this quarter at over $100,000. Here we have another client case study. So we took this client from 500,000 to 1.4 million in 30 days, helping them properly identify winning angles, showing them how to leverage them and how to leverage them at scale. So these guys are in the e-com space, in the clothing niche, and this client approached us after trying to scale their ad spend numerous times. And every time they tried to do that, they failed to maintain a profitable ROAS. So we noticed the issues in their scaling strategy resonating within their target audience. Their average spend before us partnering up with them was around 180 to 200K per month. This was their third month with us. We spent the first month testing and developing dozens of different creatives, copy, angles, and offers to identify winners. With the help of our team, we were able to find 3 winning offers for them, build out landing pages, build out dozens of angles for them, pushed ads with our in-house strategy. We closed the month at a little bit over 1.4 mil with an average ROAS of 5.38x. That's $5 on the dollar and extremely profitable on the front end. This is one of our other ecom clients. These guys had a different problem than most. They've been stagnant at 1 million a month for over a year, and we're confident that there had to be a solution. Our team partnered up with them at the end of July and started prepping for Q4 immediately. In the last 90 days of 2021, we were able to scale up this client to over double their last year's results, pulling in over 2.25 mil. So in 90 days, we were able to take them from 1.1 mil to 2.25 mil. And these guys are in the home decor space. As I mentioned, this brand is in the home decor space. Over the 3 months, we've spent over $2.7 million on ads and generated over 7.5 mil with an average ROAS of 2.77. This brand has relatively low AOV products, but its goal was to increase volume. They now coast averaging around 70 to 77,000 orders a month, carrying on an average 2.5x ROAS, and we were able to hit this goal in 90 days. This is another one of our e-commerce clients in the health and wellness space. In just 4 months, we were able to grow them from a 40K per month business to 150K plus behemoth. These guys were still in their beginning stages of growth and had nailed product market fit. Every time they tried to scale, they failed miserably. So in 120 days, we were able to get them from 40K per month to $150,000 per month. We were able to hit their target in about 4 months, spending a total of $111,000 to generate well north of 600K, achieving an average ROAS of 5.46. Every time this brand tried to scale their winning ads, their performance would just plummet. They couldn't understand what was going on, and it boiled down into 2 main things: strategy and implementation. They were not able to properly strategize their content creation and distribution, and they were not able to implement a full funnel approach across all platforms. And there are tons more. These are some of our other client highlights, adding an extra 300K, 450K, 285K, 700K, and 600K, totaling 2.3 mil for just 5 of our other clients, and another 3.6 million generated for 4 other clients, all within the same year. But now we need to talk about the star of the show. These numbers that we've shown you before have contributed about $5 to $6 million over the last year, but this is where we changed the game. This is the biggest clothing e-com brand that we've worked with. They were running about $8 million a year, and we were able to double that to right about $15 million a year. It's a clothing brand that we've been working with for over 2 years now. This brand is a direct competitor with major brands such as Lululemon and Nike. They were averaging about $8 million per year, roughly spending about 3 to 3.5 mil. Through our partnership, we've been able to help them double their business by helping them with their creative strategy, email marketing, paid ads, CRO, and different strategies that thrive at scale. The result, an 8-figure brand generating over $1 million per month, spending less than half of that on ads. Over the course of 2 years, we're able to generate north of $32 million. Yes, that's $32 million. This was all done spending $12 million on ads, giving them an insanely healthy return of 2.67. Now, although the ROI is not as high as the others, it must be mentioned that at scale, ROI drops tremendously and most brands become unprofitable on the front end. For these guys, we're able to double their already massive business over the course of 700 days, making them hyper profitable. So how do we do this exactly? I'm going to be breaking this down to you step by step right now. Taking a look at our strategy, there's a few different moving pieces here that make this thing all work together. The first one is market research. We spend hours drilling into who your ideal customer is, what they like, what they hate, and pinpoint exactly what their desires are, and this helps us with better targeting. With our laser targeting, we scour through every platform and identify exactly where your ideal customer lies within them and exactly how to reach them. This is where you have actual potential customers. Then we have our reactionary copywriting. We identify different angles, offers, and messaging that cuts through the noise and resonates deeply within your audience, achieving market resonance. And then we move into fourth part, which is conversion optimization. We audit and optimize your customer journey to reduce the friction between converting traffic into customers, which gets you actual profitable advertising. And that all equivalents to more sales. And we do this on all platforms. So here you can take a little bit of a deeper look at our process. So here we have our cold audiences, which are top of funnel. And this is places where we do our creative testing, audience testing, ad copy testing, landing page testing, and lookalike audiences. We do this across all platforms such as Facebook, TikTok, Google, Instagram, and Snapchat. We do the same platforms as well as SMS and email for our warm audiences, which are your middle funnel. So this is where we retarget social engagers, email and SMS subscribers. We use database audiences and brand keywords. Then we move into your hot audiences. These are the bottom of the funnel. These are the most profitable ones for you. Here we're introducing YouTube into the equation. And then here we're retargeting site visitors, add to cart, initiate checkout purchasers, people that have clicked on links from emails, everything you can think of to really get sales through the door. And that only leads to one place, which is scaling. And this is by far our best part. Everything we just mentioned works extremely well with our email marketing and SMS. So with our email marketing, it's a 6-part abandoned cart and checkout email that brings back 40 to 70% of all abandoned carts, adding an extra 1,000 or 10 to your bottom line. With SMS, it's a 10-part SMS flow, retargeting abandoned carts and checkouts as well, generating a whopping 30,000 ROI, leaving no cart unsold. It's good to mention here that we also run about 6 different email and SMS campaigns per month, targeting people with different offers, testing out different landers, basically using the lowest cost possible to test out new strategies that we're going to be pushing at scale. When running and scaling a business, it's really important to know your KPIs and sticking to them. Down here on the left is where you see our clients filling out their average order value, the average units, their COGS, their payment processing fees, merchant fees, shipping costs, fulfillment costs, target, everything you think of. And then that way we can calculate their break-even ROAS. And then from there, we have our actual budget optimization breakdown. So here we break down every single cost associated with this, and we get our target CPA, which is our cost per acquisition, and then our target ROAS, which is the return on ad spend. So here, as you can see, with a product with a $300 AOV and about 70% profit margins, they only really want to make about 33%. That's what their goal was in terms of what they keep to their pocket. So that roughly runs around $99. So with this $99, we have $199 in fuel profit for us to use for purchases later on. So our target CPA is $100, and then the cost of the product is $100, and they get to make $100 profit. And that is our target ROAS, which comes out to about 3x, which is very attainable. So here I'd like to outline some of the values we have here at Simply Scaled. The first one is that we're actually very clients first. And what that means is plain and simple, your success is put before ours. We don't consider ourselves successful unless we've helped you. We believe in all of our clients and their ventures, and we really won't take on somebody that we don't think we can help. Communication is a really strong one here. We uphold the highest level of transparency with our clients and understand how essential communication is for success. And then the other thing is ownership. So we don't make excuses, period. We don't blame everybody. We don't point fingers. If something goes wrong, we identify the problem and begin working on a solution immediately. And more importantly, we learn from our failures. Yes, believe it or not, we are human. With everything I've just mentioned, what you get is a well-oiled machine. We have systems, we have processes, and we have values, and that equals stellar results. So you might have some questions. Why would this work for you? So we work with the big dogs in the industry and know the ins and outs of how they're able to generate such incredible results. And this does not exclusively have to be about paid ads. We help our clients develop the same systems 8-figure brands use to be able to consistently grow their top end month on month. Our clients get an inside view of how these massive 8-figure brands are able to dominate markets that others deem saturated. We also fix your bottleneck. Every business, regardless of the size, hits a wall. Every business has a bottleneck, whether it's visible or hidden. Our team helps identify bottlenecks and actions on fixing these bottlenecks effectively to maximize growth and reduce lag. We've seen so many businesses grow insanely quick and others stay stale for months. The difference, some take action, most don't. Now that you have a better idea of who we are here at Simply Scaled and what we do, I'd highly recommend that you book a discovery call with myself personally down below. In that call, we're going to be looking deeply into whether it's a good fit for us to work together, both culturally and logistically, to make sure that you smash your goals this year. It's a no obligation, no commitment meeting, and it's really tailored for us to get a little bit of a better idea about how your business is running on the day-to-day and see if it logistically makes sense for us to work together. It's also a very good opportunity for you to ask questions and see if it's a good fit for you to work with us as well. And you can also ask a lot of questions in terms of marketing, sales, all that kind of stuff, because you'll be able to use this call as a free consult call as well. I'd also like to mention that we do offer a guarantee for the work that we do here over at the agency, and we actually pay you $5,000 if we can't generate profitable results. Yes, you heard that right. We actually pay you $5,000 if we can't generate profitable results. And that's why this discovery call is essential for us to identify whether it's a good fit for you to partner up with us to see the profitable results that you've been looking for your brand. I want to thank you again for taking the time to watch this, and I look forward to meeting with you to see how our agency can help your brand achieve the massive growth that it has planned for this year. So click the button below and book in that discovery call with myself, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. See you there.
Ça aussi, tu peux faire la balance des blancs. En plus, la balance des blancs, c'est une chemise blanche. Si la chemise n'est pas blanche, c'est clair. Là, j'ai l'air. Je suis en rouge. Je suis un peu gros.